Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. This is your latest Manchester United transfer news, and Sky Sports are saying that Manchester United and Chelsea are leading the race for Boubakary Soumare, the Lille 20-year-old midfielder, and a player that we have spoken about over the January transfer window. And I suppose most of this depends on how highly you rate Sky Sports this January transfer window in relation to transfer news. Last year, without a doubt, Dan James, Longstaff, Harry Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, they were very, very hot on that, and they were very, very accurate on that. Obviously, we didn't get Longstaff, but we know that we wanted him. But how accurate are they this time? And also, I would make an observation on this. A lot of the tweets last year were coming out from at Sky Cave. I haven't seen him talk about Manchester United or tweet about Manchester United this January. So, are Sky that accurate? We're going to find out. Apparently, Boubakary Soumare, Arsenal out of the race. It's between Manchester United and Chelsea, and it's for the player to decide. Interesting, because I'd spoken about him a couple of days ago, and there was news from France that he would be staying at Lille till at least the summer. But this looks like it's gathering pace now. But what is Boubakary Soumare? Well, he's a footballer, but where would he fit in? Because I see a lot of things, and I think you get a lot of stereotypes with this. Oh, he's your typical sort of Fabinho, Kante, CDM, or he's a bit like Pogba. Actually, I don't think that that's correct. And look, I don't profess to have a Lille season ticket by any means, but the sort of player that he is and what he would bring to Manchester United, to me, ticks the boxes of what Ollie wants to do long term. I think he's a long-term signing. We're going to use Smarter Scout in a minute just to sort of see what sort of players he's like and what his attributes are. But effectively, he's 6'2". He's quite fast, he's quite agile, he's good at dribbling, but his tackling's not actually, I think, from what I've sort of seen of him and what I've read about him, he's the sort of player that works better with a holding midfielder, which actually is most of our current midfield at Manchester United. I think Fred works better with a holding midfielder. I think McTominay isn't a holding midfield yet. He's probably more dynamic himself. Bruno Fernandes, if he comes in, not a holding midfielder. Pogba's not a holding midfielder. So I don't think Boubakary Soumare or Soumare is his name may be. I don't know. I've probably got his name pronunciation wrong. I normally do. I don't think he is a holding midfielder yet. But at 20 years of age, he's got a lot of development in him, and that's the whole point about this signing. If you look at whether he's going to go to Chelsea or he's going to go to Manchester United, who's going to win that battle? Well, Chelsea have got a lot of midfielders. He's not going to go straight into that team, whereas Manchester United, we know the midfield's the problem. And I think if you come in and have quality, then you come in and do a job. And I certainly think, looking at it, what sort of player he is at the moment, his attributes: good dribbler, quite good at passing, carrying the ball, physical, fast, agile. He probably is more of a box-to-box midfielder than he is a CDM, but that doesn't mean he can't turn into that, because, as I say, he is powerful, he is quick across the ground, he just definitely doesn't read the game as well as he could do, and isn't as good in the tackle as well as he could be. And I think that is areas that maybe United could improve him in, and then you've got your all-action midfielder that I think a lot of people think you bring him into the midfield, you've solved your CDM problem. You really haven't. He doesn't. There's a lot of growth left in this player if we were to acquire him. But I think I'd be excited by the signing, because I think not every signing has to be somebody that's going to come straight into the team. And I think United need those sort of players around the sort of Bruno Fernandes age, 25. But you should never be turning your nose up at a player that could become one of the best midfielders in Europe just because you're looking for 25-year-olds. And I think United do and have said that they are looking for those players that are going to be, taking that next step at the club. So it would be an encouraging signing, and I hope that there is something in it, because I think he would be really good. But let me just have show you what sort of player he is and similar players. So first of all, if we go to Smarter Scout and just type in the name Soumare or Soumare, I don't know how you pronounce it, so bear with me. Now what this does is, because my profile is set up for the English Premier League, what Smarter Scout does, it gives the benchmark league, which is up here, as the English league. So this basically, Smarter Scout has got statistics and information over years and years of transfers and current playing styles, so they can give a score on any player on how they would be transferable into the Premier League based on performances of players that have moved from France in the past into the Premier League and current Premier League midfield performances. So his attacking output out of 100 is quite low at 14. His defending quality is 27, which is again quite low. And but ball retention 68 is quite good out of 100 score. So obviously 1 would be terrible, 100 would be perfect. So not too bad there, but actually quite interesting if you look at his Champions League stats this season, and he has played over 500 minutes. His attacking output is 51, his defending quality is 79, so it does go up in those games. So looking at his style rating, disrupting opposition moves, quite a low score there. Recovering a moving ball, quite a low score there. And this is in the CDM position. Aerial duels 19, link-up passing 92 is good. And dribbling 57 is relatively good. So again, it just displays that he's not really a CDM at the moment. He's better on the offensive side of things, as you can see in his scores out of 100 there, with a 92 link-up passing and dribbling of 57. And if I go back a page there, no, forward, I just wanted to click on him as well and show this little stat thing here. Link-up play very good, dribbling quite good, pass towards goal not great, aerial not great, receiving the ball in the box, shooting, recovery not that great either, and his defending quality score is quite low. But one other thing we can do on the Smarter Scout app is look for similar players, because I think this is quite interesting when people say, oh, he's just like, he's the next Kante, or he's the next Pogba, or he's the next Verratti. Well, actually, Model League would obviously be France. Well, if you're using this Smarter Scout, which I had the download link in the watch along last night, if you're looking to compare players, always use the Model Player League as the league they're currently playing in. And we'll go with the current season, and we'll go with DM. So it showed me 200 results there of similar type players, but I'm going to make it more recent, and I'm going to make it that they've played over 600 minutes. Okay. And I also want to change the league to a league that we understand, because otherwise we're just going to get loads and loads of players. So if we compare him to English players, the 3 most similar players from Smarter Scout for Babakari Soumare is Mendy at Leicester, Sissoko at Tottenham, and Harry Winks at Tottenham. So Pogba hasn't been pulled out there. There isn't similarities to a Pogba or a Kante or a Fabinho. He's more similar to a Sissoko, a Harry Winks, or a Mendy in relation to his transferable skills. It doesn't mean that he can't be a Paul Pogba. It doesn't mean, a really good midfielder, or I'm trying to think of a box-to-box midfielder, or a De Bruyne, I suppose, or somebody like that. He maybe could become that, but at this moment in time, his transferable level in similar players would be a Sissoko or a Harry Winks or a Mendy, which isn't bad. Which is not bad at all, is it, for a 20-year-old midfielder from France? So look, very interested in this signing. I think, to me, it's a good signing, and at this moment in time, maybe his attributes are more similar to a Winks or a Sissoko or a Mendy, but he has got that development curve, and I think that's why there's interest from a lot of clubs in England. I hope Sky Sports are right about this. I hope that it is between Manchester United and Chelsea, and I hope that the lad would look at it and go that, look at Manchester United, they're a club on the up, that's where I'd like to go. But when you're up against Chelsea in a transfer race, I've seen it time and time again, and Manchester United don't always win those races. So a little bit concerned about that. We'll have to wait and see. And it wouldn't be an update if we didn't have a Bruno Fernandes update for you. So let me just give you that. Please do smash a like on the video anyway if you like that sort of content. I'm really enjoying using the Smarter Scout stuff and showing those comparisons and what the sort of players are, because the depth of statistics that they've got and the information they've got there to mark these players in certain areas out of 100 is really useful, especially when you're looking at players that maybe you don't know. It is verified and pools and pools of top level information there. But the latest on Bruno Fernandes is that the manager of Sporting Lisbon has basically said it would take a disaster for him not to be playing against Benfica tomorrow night. Irreplaceable. They need to buy 3 players to replace him because of his defending, his leadership and his goals. I don't think he's talking that they're not going to sell him. I think he's basically saying they don't want to sell him, but they accept they have to sell him. But definitely looking like he's going to play against Benfica tomorrow night, which I think is a big risk on Manchester United's part. But maybe they're powerless to stop it. Maybe Sporting are like, under no circumstance are we selling him before this game. And maybe Bruno Fernandes is like, I don't want to go before this game. But it's a big risk in a game that's not, it's not a mid-table clash where they're going to win 4-0. It's going to be very, very competitive, and there's going to be some tasty tackles in it. And it worries me. It is a big risk. But hey-ho. Live at 8:30 tonight, Manchester United versus Liverpool preview. Looking forward to that. Make sure you join me then. Obviously, any updates will go live, but it's looking like beyond the weekend now for a Bruno Fernandes signing. And can we get this signing over the line? Can we beat Chelsea if Sky Sports are right? Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you all soon.